Yes, yes. Welcome back. Give me a second. Welcome back. That's still not straight. 2 seconds. We work with it like that. Bless up, bless up. From the chest up, the neck up. Give thanks for tuning in. Give thanks for being here with us again. 3 times. We're going in 3 times today. My. Hope you're feeling the vibes. You're feeling this momentum build up. You know what I mean? This is going somewhere, man. This ship is the ark. We're building this ark. Let's get some greetings in real quick. Let me get my branding up. Let's get some greetings. Here's the first one. Oh, Sulema. Bless up, Sulema. Bless up for tuning in. Bless up. Give thanks for being here. Bless up, Toy. Sulema beat you in the house. I know you two working together. To bless up. Give thanks for supporting this, man. It's supporting us. It's about us supporting each other. You know what I mean? Cantor's here. Yeah, Canterbury IV in the place. Frenchie sends her greetings from inside. She's on the inside because she's going to be coming at you in a few minutes. We're going to do a deep breathing, and then we're going to get in and bring this whole thing full cycle and talk about cycles, how we're going to make our resources cycle and cycle upwards. You know what I mean? Cycle upward. How we take our resources, put them in the mixer, mix them on and get it and come back with something better. Each time push them in and come back with something better. What? That's what we're going to deal with. And this is the whole principle, right? The cycle of life. The ancestors, which we are a reflection of the ancestors. Look, when I came offline this afternoon, after this afternoon's show on a hike, you know what I mean? That canter rhythm, what? That's straight fire, right? So I'm feeling that height, running it, and clicked over and opened up. I don't know if you guys check Dr. Carr on the what's her name? Norma something show. Anyway, Dr. Carr, class with Dr. Carr. Can't remember the name of the sister's podcast. But he came right in and his statement was that our faces, we don't make our faces. We can't claim our own faces. We are a reflection of our ancestors. And that's it. And you know what I mean? That was his word. As soon as I clicked on the screen just to see what they were up to, you know what I mean? Hey, the universe works with you. It conspires with you when you're in flow, when you're in tune with everything around you. The universe tells you. See what I'm saying? See my ancestors here, my parents, some of my grandparents. This is and then me and my brothers, my uncles. Got them all there healing me up, moving forward with that support, man. Chaman. So that idea. Let me pull up the flyer. I'm gonna pull up the flyer. I'm gonna pull my screen down so it don't look silly. And remember, this is the emphasis of what we vibe on all day today, right? Because I've returned to the teachings of my ancestors, greatness awaits me. Abundance. Think of any synonym for greatness, right? Abundance, success, liberty, in happiness and joy. You know what I mean? Bountifulness. That's what we're moving into, and that's what this sister is bringing to the table. She's talking about how to multiply your wealth, how to multiply your success so that it amplifies, right? And it's in the sharing. That's the big piece. Is sharing. Keep it moving. Don't hold on to it. Don't stagnate. I mean, remember El Bey, Frankie talked about the stagnation of, you know what I mean, of the waters, and that the anaerobic well, you know, life forms, bacteria or whatever, you know what I mean, they sit on the bottom of the water. That's why the animals come and they drink from just from the top. They sip just from the top so that they don't get they don't stir up what's on the bottom, right? That's whole cycling of resources and keeping the energies flowing. That's what we're dealing with around here. Heavy. It's just I can't underestimate how gracious I am to be a part of this myself and just facilitating this in a way. You know what I mean? Bringing us together, bringing this crew together, this collaborative effort together, and building out, you know, somewhere where we can feel comfortable being our authentic selves, huh? Being our authentic selves. Yes, bless up Mel Dupree, one of the founders of the Circle of Women. I also want to give her a plug. You can push it in the Facebook comments, Mel, the links to Naturally COVID Immune Bermuda, NCIB. Anybody there knows anybody, or if they have had any exposure to the virus or the vaccine, and what's your, you know, symptoms, and tell that story, right? We want to create what's called rich data, build up rich data, not just numbers. These people come on the screen and read out numbers off a piece of paper, no less. How lacking of life could you be? Just come in front of me. I'm going to read out numbers to you every night or every other night, however often they come to you. Man, that's not no flow. Yes, Jerry D. Durs, bless up for being here. Bless up for being in this space. Yes. I put these hands together in humility, that and thankfulness for everybody that's participating in this. Yeah, man, we're doing this all over again. All over again. Rising back up. The giants are back on the earth. Huh? The giants are back. Right? Giants, because of what we're going to go into now, the deep breathing. When you go into the deep breathing, you tap into the source, you become back one with the universe. That's what being in the flow state is about. Being in one with the universe. Huh? That universal connection, right? How much bigger, how much greater can you get than the universe, right? Tap into that. That's what the giant, my interpretation of the monuments is. That we were giants. You know what I mean? Giants of spirit, giants of in terms of having an influence on our realities, man. Come on. A lot going on. We got a lot to do, a lot more work to do. Each one, reach one. You know our formula. Each one, reach one. Bring somebody else in the space with you. Bring a soldier with you. And the work is done. We can celebrate because we already did the job. Once we follow through with the equation, it's only a matter of just manifesting it. But before I talk too long, we're already going 9-10 minutes. We're only doing hour sessions. I'm still in my 2-hour, 3-hour phase. Let me kick it up. And get into this meditation state. And I'm going to bring Sister Frenchie up here and give her the freedom to express herself and tell her story that's going to tie this whole PCM for today, right? But let's get this deep breathing here. You know how it goes. Get in your assume your position, nice and relaxed. Get your spine as erect as possible so that chi, that prana, can flow through each of your centers, right? Each of their main centers, your 7 chakras, and feel it going up as the energy levels circulate as they go up through each of these chakras, right? And build up with each round of breathing. See if you can go for about 15 a day real quick and get that in. Well, you know, as long as it takes. Because this is the answer. The answer's here in the breathing. I don't know how many times, you know, I'm not going to stop repeating that because that's the answer. We're already giving you the answer. Our ancestors gave us the answer. Huh? They showed us the way. Deep breathe and tap into the source. Let go of the thoughts and the mind. That the thoughts in your mind, that's reaching out to the world and what you see, and all of that's a distraction. The source is within you already. Within you. Tap in. Let's get into that. Let this go. Make sure y'all got the nice vibes. Turn it up. Alright. Follow the instructions on the screen. 4-4 breathing. See the cycle there. Follow the mantra in your mind. Say it in your mind because you're gonna be breathing, right? So let the mantra go through your mind. Go deep and think. Imagine your ancestors. Visualize your ancestors. Connect to your ancestors and see as we go through each cycle. See that success rising up in us. Come on. It's harder and harder pulling out of that. It's harder and harder coming out when you go in. I know it. I know it. Tell me how it feels. I mean, how is feeling them energy centers being activated. Keep it going. Keep it going on your own. I mean, whenever you need to tap in, it's right there for you. The source is right there. Just let go of the rest of it, man. Yes. Blessing light workers. Yes. JD there. The other JD. You know what I mean? Not Dupree. dCyfa. Tell them. Yeah, the other JD. dCyfa. Bless up. Yes, Frenchie. Feeling centered, right? Brings you in. Centered, but universal at the same time. Tapping in. Yeah, man. Jah works. That's it. That's what it's about. Tapping into the center. Give thanks. Gratitude. All the way around. That's how we create that cycle. Gratitude. Giving thanks. Gratitude. Paying homage to our ancestors. You know what I mean? For giving us this. For showing us the way. Showing us that there is a way. You know what I mean? Out of this. No matter how rough and difficult it seems around you, it's always a way. It's always a way. You know what I mean? I just gotta excuse. I don't know if you guys hear the static on your side. I'm left my mixer on too long. It's overheating, and I've got some static. Bubbled and left it on that whole time. What happened there? Left it on the whole time and got all this static. Sister's coming. I think she says I have to restart. Okay, she's gonna come in a second. I'm gonna run this track. Yeah, she says any moment. At any moment, man can go to this secret place and meet his maker. Sounds a little doomish, meet his maker, but I know what you mean with it. You know what I mean? It's meet your maker kind of sounds like. But it is that it's letting life go. Death is just the same as letting life go, right? And don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of it, man. You know what I mean? It's just recycling of the resources, huh? And when it's your time, it's your time. That's all it is. I'm gonna run this rhythm while they get the settled. I'm gonna push up this rhythm that I had. Oh, that's damn messages. That Maddie Rubin sent me. Heavy rhythm. Got me ready for today. This is Lee Scratch Perry, right? We're running Lee Scratch Perry and we're running Canterbury IV all day, right? This one. Catch a feeling of this while we get them sorted out, ready to present. Lee Scratch Perry. It's a big tune.
Mr. Money Man. Mr. Money Man.
Let this rhythm, let this dub therapy heal your soul, man. But my cousin sent me this. He didn't even know he was going to go up on resources and money today, and he sent me this from the morning. This is dub therapy. And welcome to dCyfa. Lee Scratch Perry, he is into that metaphysics. You know, he is way out. he came touch in a little bit with us, but you know he's an ancestor, definitely. Catch his documentary. It's called, I think it's a couple of them. I'm seeing a couple of them. Let that image go in. Let that image go in. See ourselves making that trot back home to our ancestors' ways, their teachings.
You taught us like a bunch of fools. You told us how the cow jumped the moon and the dish run gone with the spoon. And now, Mr. Monument,
Opening up the ways so the resources could flow. This is Dub Therapy on dCyfa. Welcome to dCyfa. I'm gonna let that simmer in the background. Let that simmer in your soul in the background. Because it's Soulful Saturdays. Don't forget, this is Soulful Saturdays. We can take you there. Music, dub therapy. Can't be dub therapy. I mean, bless up for everybody tuned in, a part of this. We're building the ark. We're on our way home. Back to our ancestors and their teachings. Back to our ancestors and their teachings. Yeah. Feel them blessings. Feel them blessings. Let that ruminate in your soul for a sec as we bring sister on. Yeah. Keep them resources flowing. So, with no more chat, let's bring Frenchie, Charlène Anglade up here to just release what she's got stored up. She's got a lot of energy stored up, and she's been waiting to let this go on dCyfa since yesterday, really. But let's build it up. Let's build it up. Talk to the people, please.
Hey, greetings, everybody present. I want to start by saying thank you to you, Iman, for providing this platform for us to express, to share, to build, to resonate, and to expand.
To expand.
Yeah. So today I actually want to talk about my story. So I've come to hi Charlène. Somebody's called Charlene, Mary Charlene Butterfield. We share a name.
Share names. Yes, Mary's tapped in too. Mary Magdalene. I call her Mary Magdalene.
Greetings to you. So I'm feeling very privileged to get to express myself on this platform tonight because ever since I came across dCyfa, I've been feeling super encouraged about the movement and the energy flowing here and resonating high. And, you know, when it's like that, I just gotta pour into my energy to just get the momentum going some more, you know. So I really got excited to find this community. So tonight I just want to share, you know, a little bit about myself. That's going to lead to also sharing about my vision and my desires. So before I begin, I want to start by reading something to you, and I have to pull it up from my email because I just had to shut down my computer. The enemy tried to get in the way. When I tried to start my camera, it was saying that it was not recognizing my camera. So I had to like restart my whole computer. It was like a little bit of a stressful situation.
It's just an example that we gotta build our own machines. We gotta redo this whole thing over. That's it. That's
the
all.
Enemy always tries to get in the way, but hey,
sorry. Yeah,
not possible.
not
Anyway,
possible. Yeah,
so my message to self today that I got in my email from a page that I follow on Instagram called Moon Omens. Every day they send a message, and today was striking to me because it's particularly aligned with what I'm about to do. So it says, my intentions and desires are coming to fruition, and no one and nothing can stop them from manifesting. It is time for me to receive the blessings that I am worthy of. Right?
Yes.
So my intentions, let me tell you about my intentions. I have big intentions. My intentions is to save the world. Okay. I go no less than that. I used to be ashamed to talk about my real intentions, but I've always felt some type of way about this world that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
And how there are iniquities that I cannot understand. Mm-hmm. How is there poverty in this world? How we have people that live in abundance and others that die because they don't have food and water to survive. I never understood that. I really never understood that. So my intentions is to stop that and to find that balance and to help the world find that balance again that we deserve, our birthright to be on earth. We all should be abundant. There's enough wealth for everybody. There's enough wealth for everybody on this planet. So this is my intention, and the little things that I do every day matter, and they are going towards that direction. My intention of ending the iniquities of this world. So let me tell you about my story and where I come from, and try to make it relevant for everybody. So some of you might have heard an accent already in in my speech. So I am French Canadian. I was born and raised in Montreal. My father is Haitian, born and raised in Haiti, and my mother is French Canadian. So the way that my parents are my first ancestors. They are both still alive and well. Thank you, Lord, for that. So my parents are still together. And also I want to say before I begin, feel free to interject, Iman, or anybody else that is on the panel that can speak. And, I welcome any comments in the chat because I like to piggyback off of people's energy and what they have to say. So as I'm talking, I want people to feel free to talk to me. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on my phone so I can see what people are saying, but it would be helpful, Iman, if you pull up the chat at the same time so I can read as I'm talking.
Yes.
So I was born from a Haitian father. My father, born and raised in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. His family decided to immigrate for a better life in the Americas. So his mother and siblings, so my father's the youngest of 5 children. And his siblings and his parents immigrated, and he was the last one to leave Haiti. So everybody immigrated to the U.S. My father got educated in Haiti by the Brothers of a Catholic Church. So he was educated in French. And so he decided to pursue his education on the French Canadian side. So he did things differently and moved to Quebec in a small town called Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. And over there, he was the only Black man, or maybe there was 2 or 3 more at that time. It was the 1970s. So very few Black men had the courage to do what he did. And he moved there by himself. He was 17 years old and he started college. And he basically had nothing when he moved to Quebec, started from the bottom of the ladder. I was telling Iman earlier that my father, when he started going to school, it was the winter and he had to walk to school because he didn't have any means of transportation. And he was very cold in the winter, didn't have proper clothing. He had to stop into churches to warm his hands and warm himself up to sac passé, Jeremiah. Sac passé, ma boule. So yeah. So he had to warm himself up and it, started from nothing. Met my mother, fell in love with her. My mother's French Canadian, blonde, blue eyes, beautiful white lady, beautiful heart. They fell in love. And like I said, they're still together today, but it was not without any struggle. They both started from nothing. So my mother's family was a conventional French Canadian Catholic family. And sorry to say, but she's coming from a racist family. So her mother didn't accept her being with my father. But at the age of 17, my mother had made her choice and she decided to leave her home to be with my father and chose love over everything else. So this is where I come from. So 2 people uniting under the love, the umbrella of love, and not caring about the differences. So this is how I got conceived. So my parents started from nothing and worked their way up to the top of the ladder. Together, they built their empire. Right now, my parents are very successful people in their field. They have multiple properties in Montreal, but they work very, very, very hard to gain the abundance that they have today. So raising me, they taught me a certain mindset around money, right? So growing up, I never lacked of anything. I can't say that they were as abundant as they are today, but growing up, I didn't miss anything. I had more than I needed. So money never really was a concern for me. My parents tried to teach me around money. They try to teach me their way around money, how they became successful, which is only natural for parents to do. But one of the ways that they decided to teach me is to hold on to my finances and, not spend my money and really keep it close and just try to gather as much money as I can and not spend on a lot of things. So this is the mindset that I come from, right? Let's save your money. Money doesn't, I heard the expression a lot, money doesn't grow on trees. That's a lot. That's how they would teach me around money. They would say, money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work hard for your money. You have to take care of your money and don't spend it and just, put it in your savings. Anywho, let's fast forward into the story. I just wanted you to understand where I come from. So come from comfort, abundance. Growing up, they try to teach me how to be independent, but always keeping my money safe and, not spending it. Then in my life, I fell in love with a Bermudian man. And I moved from my comfort, my family, and everything that I knew. I then decided to take a leap of faith for love. And I moved to Bermuda. I got married. I had a beautiful child. Her name is Alexi, and she's now 5 years old. Wonderful little person. So I made this move for love, right? So I came here. I was in my mind going to build my family. Everything was going to be beautiful. And I was kind of trying to reproduce where I was coming from, which is a unified family, right? Then the move happened. And a few years later, I realized that, my happiness wasn't there. I wasn't satisfied with my life. So I took another leap of faith, to skip the details, and I decided to separate myself from my husband. Then I went through a period of financial struggle Because keep in mind that when I moved to Bermuda, oh, I forgot to say what I do for a living. Let me go back. So when I moved to, so I'm a teacher, right? So I'm a special education teacher, trained. I've been teaching for about 10 years now. Trained special education. I did a few years of special education in Montreal prior to moving to Bermuda. When I moved to Bermuda, I moved on a work permit and I became a teacher for the Delwood Middle School, teaching French to the youth here in Bermuda. Absolutely love my experience with the young Bermudians. I got to learn a lot from them, from the students, from the people that I work with, the connections I made there. So I moved here basically on a work permit. And then when I got married, I gained the status of spouse of Bermudian. And when I got separated, I did my application to become a British Overseas Territory citizen here. I feel like I should talk about the first time that I came to Bermuda, just like a little bit, okay?
Go where you gotta go. Go.
I'm going back and forth with my story, but I hope you guys are following. Let me explain what first brought me to Bermuda. So in 2009, I was invited. So I'm a professional dancer. So on top of teaching, I'm an artist, I'm a dancer. And I was dancing professionally in Montreal, and I was dancing in the salsa group. And we got the amazing opportunity to come here. Thank you so much. Jermaine says, I did a fantastic job at Delwood. I love your son so much. Send him my regards, please. So I came here for the first time in 2009 to perform and to teach dance. And when I landed, so keep in mind, I'm coming from Montreal, which is a city, right? And I'm half Haitian, but never been to Haiti. I've been to Dominican Republic, but I didn't travel much in my life. You know, I traveled to a few shores, but I was dreaming about beaches and beautiful sites, island sites. So when I first landed in Bermuda, let me just say that my jaw completely dropped. I could not believe what I was saying, what I was seeing with my eyes. I was literally like this. Like somebody closed my mouth because I just couldn't believe it. So I completely fell in love with the island. Okay, completely fell in love with the island. But not only that, I also fell in love with the people. Because let me just say that the hospitality in this country is out of this world. I came to find out later on that it was a historical thing, you know, around what Bermudians were, why Bermudians are so hospitable. But despite everything, the feeling is still there. You know, people were genuinely welcoming me with open arms, and I had never felt anything like this. So I felt completely loved and welcome, and just, you know, the experience was just so magical and beautiful. Anyway, I spent 10 days here in Bermuda, went back home on a cloud, and I was like, wow, this is paradise. If you would have told me back then that I would one day live in this country, I would not have believed you. Okay, this is how mind-blowing this place was to me. I was like, this is a vacation spot. This is paradise, you know? Anyway, then the story continues. In 2010, I come back for another contract, and that's when I meet with my husband, fall in love, and then a few years later, you know, I fell in love, so I decided to take a leap of faith again. That's how it goes. Every time I fall in love, I take a leap of faith. So I took a leap of faith, then things didn't end up working out. But, you know, in life, pressure is very, very important. We need to feel some type of pressure to take action. You know, if everything goes well all the time, you know, by the law of polarity, you know, one thing defines the other. There is no good without bad. There is no up without down. You know, there is no in without out. So my life had been beautiful. You know, I've lived some downs, but nothing really, really serious. When I lived the separation with my husband, it was completely shattering. And now I'm being a little bit vulnerable. It was completely shattering, because I had took a leap of faith for one thing, was love, marriage, family. And those things fell apart. So I found myself confronted with the question, who am I? Why am I here for? And that's when I started my healing journey. And I started diving deep into myself, and found out some pretty interesting things, which led me to where I am today. So I'm grateful for the journey, very grateful for the journey. But when that happened, I hit some lows. For the first time in my life, I've experienced financial stress, being a worker of the government in Bermuda, on the same level as any Bermudian. Because as a British overseas territory, or as a spouse of Bermudian, I have the same quote unquote rights as a Bermudian, and I am on the same level as any Bermudian, and I am a woman, and I am Black, right? So this is my situation. This is what is really happening. I am a worker of the government. I work for the public school system. I'm a Black woman. And now I'm going through, and I'm also a single mother. Right. So now I'm going through a type of stress that I've never experienced before. Financial stress is real. It holds you like this. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have money, how can you feed your family? And I only have one child, So I had to experience that in my life to put things in perspective. The universe offered me the opportunity to experience that. And I had to find my way out of there, which I did.
So tell us, what did you do? What was the transition point when you went through that and experienced that humbling feeling of going in your pockets and saying, "Hey, I mean, you got so much. I'm got a budget. I'm gotta make choices and decisions coming from abundance. They ain't going down on that. You know what I mean? That dip through choices you made, pursuing love. What turned it around? Well, what is the process of turning it around for you?
So I must say that I learned that, first of all, the origin of all my problems were self-hate. I have some self-hatred, a lot of shame around myself, a lot of guilt, for being who I was. Coming from an interracial union, I never really felt racism in my life, growing up. But when I moved to Bermuda, I felt a distinction for the first time. I felt like I was asked to choose, kind of. But I don't do that. I don't see the color of the skin. Well, I try my best not to judge people from that, right? So self-hatred, I had to dive into myself and ask myself the question, who am I? And I started embarking on that healing journey. And I started meditating. And then I came across some great mentors, right? Mentorship is very, very important. And I found, through my separation, I found myself alone, but I also connected, I also connected with very valuable people that extended helping hands to me, When those moments happened where I felt alone, I received love, and I needed it so bad that I had to learn to accept love, and that's something that is not easy to do for some, because if you don't feel worthy, if you don't love yourself, you don't feel worthy of love. But I was in such need that I was ready to accept because I was alone, So I started receiving energy, And then I started receiving energy from different people from different places, people that I had met in Bermuda that are not necessarily connected, but they started pouring into me. And a sister of mine sent me this meditation challenge. And I'm a very hyperactive person. I used to never meditate. Like, I literally started doing yoga just to ease myself into meditation because I couldn't sit still. Anywho, that sister sent me this meditation challenge. I said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to meditate. And I did this 21-day meditation around abundance by Deepak Chopra. And that literally opened the gates for me. Like, I started, connecting to the source and understanding what is abundance, defining abundance.
Let me jump in real quick and keep your flow. I want to keep your flow going, but I got to touch the Deepak Chopra. It's just so many levels to these connections between us, man. It's just so many. Everybody in this room, everybody in this space. Jana says, yes, self-love is a big piece. Just reaching out and sending that energy back to you. You know what I mean? Self-love.
Jana is the self-love guru.
Guru, yes, self-love. And I'm sure it's part of that healing process. But Deepak Chopra, look, I started in Boston and, you know what I mean? Just had started getting on my own personal meditation journey. I was raised Rastafarian, so I always had that experience of doing things slightly different from, the mainstream and whatnot. And so I'm on my own personal journey out in school in Boston. And I'm going out by the shore. That's not called the shore, but you know what I mean. The Bay Area. And I come out of my car, go up in the elevator, and who is this guy next to me in this elevator? Me and the Deepak Chopra. I'm just reading his book. It was so mesmerizing, and we went up 20 floors together. So we had this whole conversation. I'm just like, this is what is really going on in this universe, man. I'm in this elevator. This is 20 going on 22, 20. I was like 20 years old myself. 20, so I'm talking about 25 years ago, and he weren't that big as he is now. You know what I mean? But he was big. And I'm in this elevator with him, and it's just amazing how this is all tying together as a part of your story too. I just wanted to share that and just to give evidence of the synchronicity in it. Jana says, yes, transparency and telling our stories is a key ingredient to healing, and that healing process has opened you up to this abundance. So tell us, share more about this abundance that you're gonna explain to us.
So he teaches about the abundance, right? I don't have my notes from my meditation, but that led me to, studying a little bit more abundance, and come to find out that abundance is not just financial. And I know that you guys I'm probably preaching to the choir, but I'm going to say it anyway for anybody that already, that might be listening to this later. Abundance is number one, peace of mind. Okay? Abundance is number two, the right mental attitude. Abundance is number three, health, energy. Abundance is number four, loving relationships. Abundance is number five, financial freedom. Abundance is number six, worthy goals and ideals. Abundance is number seven, a sense of personal fulfillment. That's abundance, right? So in my mind, I started to think, how many boxes do I tick into this? I'm abundant. Wait a minute. I am abundant. I might not have money right now, but that's one thing out of the 7 riches of this world. Right? So I am rich. So my mindset switched, right? And also one thing that I learned into this meditation challenge, baby, can you get me that green book? Not this one. Not this one. The small green one. Oh, yeah. I have like a ton of notebooks, okay? But this is what I did my abundance challenge in. And one thing that he taught in the abundance challenge is switching your mindset. I'm going to read to you something that I had to copy 10 times because this abundance challenge was life-changing, and it came with tasks that every day you had to do something. And one of the tasks that you have to do is copy this statement 10 times, right? So I'll read it to you. I copied that 10 times, and that helped me change my mindset. Repetition, right? Repetition is key. So and then you state your name. I am starting a new relationship with money today. Money is useful, pure, and necessary for my prosperity and growth, for my satisfaction and abundance. Money brings positive things to my life. The success that I experience in life brings me money and happiness for me and my loved ones. I desire to flourish and have a lot of money. Money is my friend, and the value of my investments in it is growing every day. Success and money accompany me here and now. I ask my parents, grandparents, and ancestors to the very origin of the clan who had difficulties due to lack of money to bless me as I choose to love differently.
Mm-hmm.
I ask my parents, grandparents, and ancestors to inspire me to the very origins of the family who lived in abundance and prosperity.
See, it all ties in. See how this all ties in. It's all synchronous. It's all linked together. We're just realizing it again. Chama, keep going, bless up.
So that's how I flipped it for myself. I finished those 21 days, and by the end, my mindset was changed, and I started attracting opportunities to me that would fix my financial situation. And then I'm just remembering, I went for an IFA. I went to an IFA priest for a reading, and I had so many confirmations in that reading. And one of the things that he told me is that he told me, focus on your emotional health and don't worry about the financial piece. You will be supported. You will be supported. And from that moment, I stopped worrying because I said my ancestors have my back. Because now I'm going to move on from my story to something else. It says, I asked my parents, grandparents, and ancestors to inspire me to the very origins of the family. The very origins, right? So when we think about origins, money didn't always exist. Money was invented. Money is a means, right? It was invented by us. But at the very origin of everything, we did not need money. Why? Because we were sharing and we were giving each other what we needed to prosper, right? And it was not a one-on-one exchange. It was like, my village, my community is producing this. Your village, your community is producing that. How can we help one another prosper more? What can we exchange? Once we meet on our journey, I don't know, the nomads, they would meet at some point and be like, hey, what you got? Oh yeah, we got this. You want some of that? What you got for us? And boom, exchange, everybody's happy, right? I always struggle with the idea of money because I was like, where does it come from? When did we start needing money? So in my mind, and don't quote anybody else but me, in my mind, something went wrong at some point. And I believe that something went wrong when somebody gave something to somebody else and asked for something in return immediately. Because that's not trusting the laws of the universe, right? You give with a joyful heart. You give to help, to be of service. And then you can expect to receive when you're in need because you did your part and you gave, right? So money was invented so that we could be reassured in a way that we will not lack anything. right? That we would just have this means to buy something. But now we are today, money exists and money rules the world. So we have to do something with money. We have to make it our friend because it became energy. We can't go back, right? It exists already. So, doing my meditation, I made a conscious decision to shift my mindset and my paradigm around money. I started paying way more attention to money and I started loving money instead of hating it, right? Because we want to have that vibration, that positive vibration in our finances too, right? So, um, lots of things happen in between. I got involved in different worlds of investment, got in touch. My energy attracted different, wealthy people, and I got to learn very, very valuable things around money. One book that I can suggest, where is it? If you haven't read this book yet, Think
Mhm.
and Grow Rich. This holds all the keys. So it was written by Napoleon Hill and Dennis Kimbrough. And I have to say that this book was a manifestation for me. I I came to know this book through Janika says, "Wow, I speak these words and people think I'm crazy. Money makes people crazy. Bermuda is great enough to grow and sell its own other cultures, and yet we bicker how to sell only amongst ourselves." That's right. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Sharing, sharing, no competition, right?
Exactly.
So, this book holds a lot of the knowledge that I'm talking about. I'm not even finished reading it yet because I'm taking my time with it because it's so much wisdom. I'm studying it, I'm highlighting it, I'm taking notes. And then the seven riches that I talked about were pulled from that book, by the way. Um, so where was I going?
Well, now talk to us about what you got going on, the program,
Oh, wait,
and
it's
what
almost
you're arranging for
7 o'clock.
tomorrow. It's almost
Yeesh.
so.
My
Hey,
God. You guys
time
got me
flies.
back and ramble like. All
Time flies when you're up there and you're
right,
in flow
let me
state.
wrap it up.
In flow state, yeah.
Okay, so basically, I built a community around myself, not even knowing, just forming connections with different people and learning and keeping myself open-minded and finding solutions to my problems, right? And I
Mhm.
believe that a lot of us are experiencing the same problems that I am experiencing, and just the universe provided me with these problems so I can find solutions and so that I can share with other people, right? So right now I'm at the phase where I want to share what I find, the solutions that I found. And one of the solutions is this community that I call the gifting community, or the flow of wealth. And this idea came to me through a friend of mine that invited me to this community. I didn't invent the community. I'm just a facilitator to some movement that I find absolutely beautiful and align with all the laws of the universe that I've been studying, which is why I'm so passionate about it, and which is why I get lost when I speak about it. But every Thursday night, I give this presentation around this community that we are building, that is a community that is strictly centered around cooperation with the members. We are renewing the views that we have around our finances, and we are encouraging and empowering each other financially. So it's called the flow of wealth. It's an idea that has been existing for a very, very, very long time, and that's been, put into force. But it came into my hands, and I fell in love with it. So what I do when I fall in love is I take leaps of faith. And so so I just decided to start talking about it to people and sharing it because I just think it's such a great idea. So when dCyfa community came to me, I was like, you know what? This is the perfect community, because I know that here we are like-minded individuals, and and that my message is going to be understood. Because sometimes the problem that I find is that, like I'm not always able to break through to people in a certain way, that the paradigm is too solidified into their mind. Yes, Jermaine, right? So what I want to invite you to is a presentation that I'm going to give. And normally I give it on every Thursday night, but I'm going to do something special for this community. I'm going to actually present tomorrow. So I want everybody that's on here tonight, if you have any interest in what I'm talking about right now, and you would like to attend tomorrow's presentation, it will take place on Zoom. I will not do it on a live Facebook. So there's my email floating around below my name here. So anybody that's interested in learning about the gifting community, the helping community, the sharing community, the flow of abundance community, the wealthy community, just shoot me an email and I will send you the Zoom link for the presentation. And during that presentation, I will explain all the details to you on how to join the community and join the flow of abundance. So I'm super excited to get to share this here and to reach more people. I've been talking about this for a little while. So every time I make new connections, I get really excited, especially with people like you, Iman. And, I trust that your community is super awesome. I have a few people that I know here as well that are present tonight. So I'm super psyched. And feel free, if you're hearing me, talk tonight, and you want to share with other people, feel free to send this live. I think it's being recorded. Send it around and, so that we can reach as many people as possible to join the movement. I'm feeling super empowered and encouraged, and I have a lot of enthusiasm around this. Again, thank you so much, Iman, for the opportunity to, grab the mic tonight and share with you all.
No, thank you. Thank you for having the courage. Come out here and tell your story, tell her story. Because this week's all been about that theme. It's just been laced all the way through that divine feminine and her story and empowerment, women empowerment. Because without that, there is no us. You know what I mean? The female has to be restored to her righteous position. And it's our job to make this happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just wanna add that, like earlier when we were talking with Dr. Roots, he was talking about the microbiome and what we need as humans: oxygen, light, water, circulation, salt, and all of these things are perfectly aligned, with the flow that this community has. If there's no flow of energy, and we know that money is energy, so if there's no flow of money, of energy, there is stagnation, and stagnation leads to rot, or leads to coagulation, which leads to bad things. So we want the circulation to keep on going within that community, to restore that balance and to make sure that people's needs are answered. I am tired of hearing people talk about, I can't do this, I don't have enough money, I can't do that, oh, I would love to do this, but I don't have the time because I'm working 2-3 jobs. I told Iman a story real quick. The last day of quote unquote freedom that we had prior to this lockdown, I had the idea I wanted to go to the most pretty beach that I know in Bermuda. One of my favorite beaches is Tobacco Bay. I live in Southampton. I took my car, called up some friends, like, let's meet at Tobacco Bay and have a beautiful afternoon. I don't care if the bar's closed. I don't care if the restaurant's closed. We're just going to enjoy the beautiful landscape. We're going to feed the fish. It's going to be wonderful. Get to the beach. The beach is covered in trash and seaweed because they haven't been picking up the stuff, because there's no tourists to enjoy the beach. But what about the people that live in Bermuda?
Yes.
What about the people that live here and that this is their home? How come they're not able to enjoy their shores? Because they had to cut down jobs because there are not enough tourists. And now not only these people are not allowed to go on their beaches, they don't have a job anymore because they decided not to take care of the beaches for the tourists no more. What about the people that live here? That is not fair.
It's not right.
So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit riled up because this is something that got me real fired up last week. I was like, this is unacceptable. I have too much love for this place. I have too much love for these people, for you guys to not be able to enjoy your own home because we don't have strangers here. What the no, it's unacceptable. So my fire is to reestablish balance, right? So that people can acquire wealth easily, so that they can start live their purpose, do what you like. Stop working for somebody that you don't want to work for. Stop being miserable every day. Do what your passion is, and do you. What is your purpose? I don't care if that doesn't pay, because your purpose is putting out your energy out there, is doing something of service for somebody else, and you will be rewarded for that. It's true that you need to work hard for money. This is not true. This is a belief of my ancestors, and I let go of that. I saw that and I said, yes, this is what got my parents successful, but my life is different, right? They want me to have a better life, so I'm going to make better choices for myself. I'm going to choose love every day.
Choose love
every day.
Look, this is look, we're going into 707, and I know the energy is pumping. Everybody's if you're feeling this process that's taking place, this arc we're building, this you know what I mean. I've been waking up with these meditations and things, and when you told me that about how dCyfa was like this manifestation of what you've been dreaming and envisioning, and then bring Kanta into the space, Kanta, and I'm still. You guys put that sneak attack on me. He pops in the screen. Yeah, I'm Kanta. I said, hold on, check this vibe. These two is plotting and setting me up. But it's a good setup. Yes, Maya says yes. Kingship, king and queen together. You know what I mean? Yeah, tuned in. That's the thing. It's the tuning and the connection. We're connected.
Yeah, so man.
The liberty and the connection is real. So I want to, I'm tied up, wrap it up. Just stay.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm presenting on the community that is directly, an invitation of anybody that is in dCyfa right now, or anybody that is in your surrounding that you think could resonate with this message. Please invite them tomorrow, the presentation at 3 p.m. Shoot me an email so I can send you the invitation. It's going to be on Zoom. Just tell me your name. And yes, I choose love every day, man. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. And I'm super excited that we have this shipbuilding right now. And, my only goal is to reestablish that balance, acquisition of wealth, distribution of wealth for everybody, and nobody will be lacking. Everybody's going to be eating at that table of abundance. Everybody gets to eat. All right.
All right. Yes, that the message is strong. The message is clear. We wrapped it all up. We did 3 sessions today and pulled it all back full circle, completed the cycle, pulled all the dots together in a way. It's just, it shares the mystic. We're remembering. What do you say down there? We have done this all before. Do you remember putting it back together? Shaman. This is a blessing to be a part of this and to sharing your energy. And so everybody tune in, join in, send an email to the Dream Factory 642 at Gmail. Send an email if you're interested, and she will send you the Zoom link and get involved. 3 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, for those listening to dCyfa, you get 10% off for free, and you can take that 10% and stick it back in the pool and make it grow. Chaman, this is a blessing being a part of this. Yeah, can't stop the flow.
Cannot. It's on. The gates are open. You can't stop it.
You can't stop it. Yeah, it's an avalanche. It's an avalanche. This flow is coming so hard at you. So on them levels, what still got comments? Yes, love is among. Gotta play that the midnight. Yes. Let me try. Let me pull it up. Let me find that there. Wow. So give any more closing words, any more while I pull up that track. That
No, I
is
just want to say
definitely
I love you all, and I'm just so excited to share with everybody. And I really believe that it's together that we're gonna do it. It's, you know, we're all the pieces of the puzzle, and the puzzle's coming together to form this beautiful imagery. And just by joining hands together, that's how we're gonna make things happen.
Chama,
Unity,
That's
love.
yeah, it's a must. Yeah, we're gonna run this track. I was gonna run your track, but I'm gonna run this track. Right.
Run Canterbury's track. It's my request. That's what I want.
Yeah, okay. We're running. We are running the Canterbury Broken.
Yes.
This is fire. And then we close up. We let everybody dance to this one. Get up out of your chair and dance to this one. This is fire.
Them a lose themselves to the broken
They gon' deny you.
They gon' deny you access without essence.
Render unto
Caesar the stage has been set.
Move forward with agenda.
I'm
a lose. I conceal my love under my sleeve. Give them an inch, they wanna take it all from me. Custom Montreal friend, I'm not easily deceived. Things could be high or so I still believe. Here's loyalties that I'm in poverty. Them indoctrinated casualties and then our loyalties. Ooh, only white and brothers struggle to the suffering. Fall victim or lead with kings and queens. See them lose themselves to the broken process. They gon' deny you access without assets. Render unto Caesar, the stage has been set. Move forward with agenda, leads the only setback. Them lose themselves to the broken process. They gon' deny you access without assets. Render unto Caesar, the stage has been set. Move forward with agenda, leads the only setback. Life seed to bring tranquil pardons for me. We produce life while they produce greed. Seed chemist farmer with your surplus seed. Surely you harvest a wicked thing. Talk like to my love in the words I be. I see the facts, you can mislead me. So them a lose themselves to the broken process. They gon' deny you access without assets. Render unto Caesar, the stage has been set. Move forward with agenda, leads the only setback. Them a lose themselves to the broken process. They gon' deny you access without assets. Render unto Caesar, the stage has been set. Move forward with agenda, leads the only setback. Them a lose, but I not lose. They gon' deny you, but I gon' deny you. Render unto Caesar, move forward with agenda. Them a lose, but I not lose. They gon' deny you, but I gon' deny you. Render unto Caesar.
Fire! That's fire. That is straight up fire. Hey, dCyfa, watch out. Because Kanta is taking the cross, taking the title. You're going to have to step up your game, Silver. Huh? You have to step up your game. Kanta is in the place. Yeah, man. Bless up. You bless up this spot. You guys blessed up the whole community. This is on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's there. It's on dCyfa.com, right? We're gonna make sure everybody hears that music on a regular. Peace and blessings sent out from Toy. You guys are what? It's just pure energy in the I'm telling you, it's pure energy. Yeah, there ain't no space for negativity, not no more. It's done. That shit is done. Talk to him for a second. Give him a bless up.
I just feel like when it comes to the negative, when it comes to the positive, man, we just gotta find that balance. And like in the song, I say, choose your suffering. Earlier, you guys were talking about problems. We got good problems too, You gotta. I mean, if you're gonna live, you're gonna suffer. So choose your problems. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The guy who's fat, his got different problems than the guy who's fit. Which problems do you want? You know what I mean? So,
Hey, but look, let's wrap it up. So we don't want to, because we tend to overdo it and then good and everybody's burnt out.
Yes.
We're going to be coming back at you at 3 tomorrow.
3 o'clock tomorrow. So what time we on dCyfa tomorrow? 9 o'clock a.m.?
Well, tomorrow's Sunday. See, people gonna have to send me some messages if you want us to do this again, 9 a.m. tomorrow.
it's church.
It's church, right? This is the real church. So send me what we talking about. Right? If you like that.
One session tomorrow with dCyfa.
Let your families enjoy themselves.
Yeah, it may be a session in the morning for the breathing, a little conversation, and then I have my presentation at 3 in the afternoon. So, you know,
it's on like popcorn. Yeah, bang. It's a thing. We be here at 9 a.m. We be here at 9 a.m. giving you church that ancient style, huh? And on that vibe, look, I'm pulling up the track you requested.
Hey man, right? Listen close to this. Warren Benjamin was a true teacher, man. He and Bob Marley, the Hill 9, man. They was onto something here. Serious.
Definitely one of the people that I started it too large. Yes, they was definitely on some levels and levels. Warren Benjamin at midnight, he changed his name to Aki Baka to really bring that energy in.
Mm-hmm.
What? Look, I called him live, and it was called Cafe Bukum right there in DC. We used to see him every Friday night, man. Right there, to me, just vibes.
I have one of my dreams was to meet him, man. He passed away, man. And
look, but he left enough legacy.
No
so we're gonna push this tune up. Listen, this is Midnight. Love is among.
Yeah, man.
We can work together now. All we have.
Yeah, man. Start that from the top. Love is among. Connect to our ancestors.
Don't beat up yourself so. Love is among. Helpfulness is among. May not be as rich as the other ones. This is who we am. These are our feelings, this is our place. As of now, prove we can work together now. All we have done stand together ground. Little by little to work like gold. Not want to ascend by leaps and bounds. Others only trying to hold their ground. Dr. King non-violently with different turnout. They're acting out. Hey. Give me my dignity. I am a man. Some choose different filthy with good opportunity. Be not ungrateful to whatever degree. Goodness reveal. Thank you for the chance to live and feel. Learning and well exposed, and the open they speak. Affluent and well traveled with an itch to keep. Help down the food chain when you reap. Surplus destroyed because the market saturate. And many other goods sharing the same fate. Buying and selling among mutual recent atrocity. Malicious resentments, depression, memory. Cultivate love and loyalty. Cultivate careful, temperate speech. Words make for the temperature change degree inside a human being. Here are the words of His Majesty. We must become something. Our upbringing and education has not prepared us to be. A new race is already a weapon interdependency, whether affecting the prices of things increase, meeting needs in climates of hostilities, prerequisite statement of qualities, the details that detain they must proofread. Christ said what you do to the least of these as human beings. Justice having universality, right and wrong, acumen and greed.